following program is a special presentation of the Big Ten Network, produced in association with Michigan State University.
I'm Jim Peck. Welcome to MSU Today. Here's what's coming your way right now.
Understanding the potato. Urban education. College with a club. Songs of Mexico.
Do you spend much time thinking about potatoes? Turns out some researchers spend a lot of time thinking about potatoes. In fact, some say they could offer a solution to the world's hunger problems. French fries, mashed, garlic mashed hash browns.
You might not know it, but these are potato plants. They're part of a research project that's looking closely at their genes.
So essentially we're trying to get the blueprint of potato so that first of all we can understand what's going on, and then of course be more efficient in how we could engineer better potato.
After all, potatoes are critical. In fact, they are
the fourth largest crop in the world, and it's grown on every continent except for Antarctica. So other than the big three, which would be maize, wheat, and rice, which we all know are important cereals, potato is the next most important crop. And so it's a major nutrient source for not just us here in America, but also throughout the world.
Professor Robin Buell is using the Human Genome Project as a stepladder to learning about potato genes.
Right away, we're just trying to get the instruction book for a normal potato. So once we have that, we would hope to then make either more disease-resistant potatoes or better quality, nutrition quality, other ways to grow potatoes so that we don't have to use so many chemicals. So one way to clearly help the environment would be to have a potato that's more resistant to diseases, so you're not having to apply lots of chemicals to the plant. So that would save money for the farmer, plus save on the environment.
The Human Genome Project was groundbreaking in helping to unlock the secrets of our DNA, the human jigsaw puzzle. Professor Buell says this study is groundbreaking as well.
And so now what we're doing in potato is taking technology that's already been established, methods that are established, and applying them to potato. So it's groundbreaking for the world of agriculture and potato, but in and itself is just application of established techniques to this species.
She estimates potatoes have about 40,000 genes. That's a lot to look at. To give you a little perspective, we humans have about 20,000 genes, about the same as a roundworm. Just something to think about. She and her colleagues hope their research will lead to better crops, more disease-resistant potatoes, and better nutrition around the world. She says it's great that MSU is in this for the long haul, because it's not going to happen overnight.
It takes 10 to 15 years to get a new variety conventionally onto the marketplace. And so I think my goal is to facilitate, the users, the breeders, to be able to use this data and then make improvements on a much more efficient basis.
And the fact that a big public university is doing it means everyone, everywhere can benefit from the findings.
A lot of potato breeding in the United States is done in public enterprises like universities, and that allows certainly for open access to these kinds of materials. And if everything's restricted to a private company, then you're only going to get things out of that are interest to them and their shareholders. And I think it's a balance, right? I mean, companies certainly do have shareholders and market share, and that's what they need to focus on. But then you need to have these open enterprises where people are doing work for the common good, right? So all of our data from the Potato Genome Project are available for people to use.
A lot of our urban areas are having a rough time these days, and education is at the heart of trying to make things better. It turns out teachers and students have to learn from each other if either is going to succeed.
For some, the term urban educators might evoke images of days gone by. But in Detroit, eyes are on the future and the students who will help bring that change.
It is a collective of students who themselves have had varied K-12 educational experiences.
They told me that they were gearing up to teaching in urban school, and I kept saying, I don't want to teach in urban school.
I'm a product of Detroit Public Schools, so I feel like it's my duty to at least come back and share the knowledge and experience I have with the students that are coming up now.
And I participated in that fellowship, and it changed my life, and now I do want to teach in urban school because it's worth it, and you're going to get more gratification than teaching at another school. And part of teaching is that gratification, feeling that sense of accomplishment that you know you are capable of.
12 plus 12 is 24.
You see it now? How it's not going to be a whole egg, it's going to be part of an egg.
I get it, y'all.
And they wrestle, struggle, tackle, master some very, very strong content around issues of power, privilege, and poverty, and the impact on children and youth in urban school settings.
MSU's nationally recognized College of Education is focused on training and mentoring a new generation of educators to ensure they're fully prepared to teach and help students succeed in the most demanding school environments.
The Urban Ed Cohort Program is not an isolated initiative within our college. It is really part of a pipeline of initiatives in our college. We grab them as freshmen, put our arms around them, put them in our learning community, and sustain our work and involvement with them throughout their teacher preparation program.
I came here in the fall, and that's just taught me so much more. And then we go to almost weekly on Fridays classes where we have a how to teach in an urban school class, how to teach science still. And that's helped me a lot more because you put our practice into the classroom and discuss with our peers what we're doing.
It's very rewarding. I mean, it's hard work. It's definitely stressful at times, but having this experience working here for a year is something that I never knew would be so valuable.
And they develop into what we hope will be very powerful future urban educators.
Educators who see beyond the urban landscapes and crowded hallways and see their true calling.
Many of the interns surprised me by saying they would be willing to work in an urban environment, whereas coming in, you know, they might have been a little hesitant or just not familiar, but it kind of demystified it for them, got a chance to see, well, kids are kids no matter where you go.
There seems to be this pattern among them that they keep saying they feel themselves engaged in meaningful work.
They know that if I work hard, I can go wherever I want, and I can be whatever I want to be. And also conveying to them, I am from this environment. I went to these schools, so I understand.
You can get through to them. They're going to get it. You just got to be the one to inspire them.
When they get that 75 or when they get that 85, the excitement, I got it. You know, finally I got a piece of a concept, you know. That's so rewarding to me.
If you improve the educational system, you improve the quality of life. And if you improve the quality of life, the state gets better, ergo, problem solved.
Some of the infectious feeling that people often describe is from them sharing with each other when they've had those moments, when they've had the realization that this is me, this is good, this is important, this makes a difference. It makes a difference, and they can see it.
Feeling part of any campus means getting to class, meeting new friends, and finding some things to do. Our Jeffrey Weisenbaugh says it's not all about academics, right?
Being a freshman and first getting here, I came to campus knowing that I wanted to do more than just go to class. I wanted to be extra involved in the university and the community. And as a green freshman in this new environment, I was anxious to find some other things to do.
I need friends. Where is everybody?
I wanted to meet friends, be part of an organization, and find out what else MSU had to offer. So I looked up some clubs that interested me, and after searching around, I found out my options for extra involvement, extracurricular activities were literally in the hundreds, and so I knew if I went to go visit some of these clubs, meetings and organizational things, and meet the people that were in it, I would find somewhere that I felt comfortable and that where I could be me in. So I decided to go visit the fencing club and see what they were all about.
Oh, hey, what's up? I don't think this is going to work out between us. I feel like there's a barrier.
Oh, okay, so this is the fencing club.
Advance, one, cover, retreat. Very nice, good.
Oh gosh.
That's all right.
How should I do? I can't get.
You can't?
It's like, I think it's like, yeah, I can't. I don't want to rip it. Okay, I didn't want to rip it. Is this going to mess up my hair?
I'll hook you up in the back here, though.
Let's do this. Oh.
Very good. So maybe fencing isn't for you, Jeffrey.
Touché. Okay, so maybe fencing wasn't for me, but with so many different choices, I finally found my place in the MSU Telecasters.
I think what's unique about Telecasters is that we're creating art together.
The MSU Telecasters are a group of students who have a passion for filmmaking and entertainment, and I was able to audition and get an acting part in Sideshow and The Show, which are two of the positions or two of the shows that they host or produce for TV and online distribution and things like that. And I was able to meet so many funny and entertaining people and just hilarious people.
What made me want to join Telecasters was it would be a great opportunity to flash these pearly whites on camera.
And really made me feel like more a part of MSU.
Coming into college, I wasn't sure if I wanted to, you know, be something legitimate like a doctor or a lawyer, but I knew for sure that I loved film and television, and I'd always dreamt of doing something like that. And my dad told me, do something you'll love or you'll never be happy. So I joined Telecasters, and I love it.
Finally finding a place with all these like-minded people really made me feel like I had a bigger impact or effect on the MSU community and MSU people as a whole. And so with all the organizations that MSU has to offer, you are almost guaranteed to find somewhere where you can call home, meet new friends, and just have a great time.
It's really cool to say, hey, I made that, you know, and making people laugh is really cool. So it's just nice to be able to create something unique and different.
And so meeting all these new people and finding organizations and joining these clubs has really enhanced my time here at MSU and made me even prouder to call myself an MSU Spartan.
Look down?
No.
What?
We might have to get you a bigger mask.
I have a big head. I have a big head.
Okay, let me go see what I can do.
Okay, sorry.
Nope, that's fine.
Research takes many forms. Sometimes it's test tubes and beakers, sometimes rhythm and notes, and donkey jawbones.
Classical music tradition. And Latin American music tradition. They're both very rich, but as I now say over and over again, they get much richer when they come together. The administration of the College of Music get great credit for this because not everybody is willing to put money to bring Sones de Mexico, a Mexican band, to play with their graduate students.
It was really fun. The music was very challenging though.
Yeah, I feel like I've learned a whole new genre.
I always like to make certain that we say research and creative activities because the creative component is equivalent to the research side of other disciplines.
This was very cool. Ricardo had a great idea.
I proposed this project because I had that feeling. I had a feeling that music had the power to dissolve cultural, ethnic, racial, social barriers.
You said it's a new band. How long have you guys been together?
Since September. This is the first semester.
So really new?
Yeah, really new. So it was kind of like we got here and they said to us, would you like to do this show with Sones de Mexico? And we were like, okay, sure.
Yeah, right off the bat, we got to play with Sones.
We said, look, you could be playing with the Lansing Symphony, the repertoire you normally play, right? Because that was one option for them. Or you can be playing with a Grammy-nominated Mexican band.
This gig is handed to us right away. It's going to be very time-consuming. It's music that we're not familiar with. We don't even get to play with the group until the day of. What's going on?
There was some trepidation, I guess, about it. We were a little worried, and it was kind of hard working on the music without the band because there was a lot of rest, and we weren't really sure what was going on.
I had a pretty negative attitude to start with. I'll admit it.
The first rehearsal without Sones de Mexico was pretty interesting.
Playing it alone was kind of okay. Here's this music. It's pretty interesting, but what's going on?
Many times that doesn't work. It doesn't work because no matter how much information the score has, there's a lot of it that you learn by experiencing the moment.
A lot of it was music that we're used to playing on our own that would have been certainly without the Mexican band.
It was eye-opening. being able to see the music with them.
Sure, they rehearsed only once for the show at the College of Music.
We were kind of worried, having had just one rehearsal with them, and some things didn't go quite the way we wanted them to in rehearsals.
The familiarity with the music and with the other musicians was there.
And then finally it comes together one day and we're just happy.
We didn't know what to expect. We had very little information about them.
Just, you know, their instruments. I was completely dumbfounded by the instruments that they used.
And specifically that of instruments from Latin America. I wonder if we can briefly or quickly go through different instruments and have the audience listen to their timbres.
Well, I was really wondering what that block sound was in one of the pieces. And it turned out to be the girl dancing on a box. That surprised me. I thought that was fantastic.
It was I didn't really know what to think. It's a very interesting sound, and I couldn't really imagine it going too well with Mozart. It's one of the best places that I've ever been to school, and I've been to schools that I didn't like, and I've transferred, and I've been through all of that.
The school has a vision, and that's the reason why I'm here.
I like this symphony. It's fantastic.
And everything has just been more than I could have asked for.
I'm very fortunate that we have this team happening here at MSU, because they are allowing us to keep exploring ways in which music can become a way of getting to know other worlds that we don't normally get to know.
I think it's one of the strengths that we have an array of guest artists and a really close-knit community of performers, educators, scholars that collaborate together.
As different as these two long-standing traditions may sound, I want to show you that they're not so different after all. So, without further ado, MSU Graduate Brass Quintet, Sones de Mexico.
We were pretty on edge the first night.
Sink or swim time, and I think we all swam. Very educational experience to finally see how it really is, you know? None of us had really experienced this type of a show or music.
I think that it's really great that we had that experience. Not very many people could say that they've had an experience like that, and I think it's going to, in the long run, make us better musicians to be able to be flexible with our art.
You know, seeing how it really works, it was useful and helpful.
Treat for our students to collaborate with the visitors and play for a very nice and appreciative audience.
And the audience was really into it, and I think the whole atmosphere was just really fun.
Yeah, I'd love to see more music like this and collaborations like this. It's interesting, and I think it could go further too, you know. The Sonas might be the start of something.
It was such a great experience that I would do something like that again or anything else. It's certainly opened my mind up to what I'd be able to do.
The more different things you listen to, the more tolerant you become. And the more you realize that there is something for you in every type of music. there's something that will speak to you in every single type of music there is in the world.
It's just one other way to connect. As they say, music is the universal language, and it is really the case.
Even when you cannot speak somebody else's language, right? But when you hear their music, I think that's when the commonality, that's when the common element starts. When you start vibrating with whatever type of music you're playing.
But I'm sure that it has helped us to see that there's more things out there that we can accept and do, and everybody really enjoyed it. So maybe I'll take a leap next time.
I'm Jim Peck. Thanks for watching MSU Today. For more on the show, head to the website.
The preceding program was produced by Michigan State University in association with the Big Ten Network.